I'm not sure if this counts as cheating, but I swear I got better grades in college by just playing music while studying. But does music actually help you study? And is there a type of music that's better than others? Or maybe certain noises are better than music? Music to study with, or music that you can't focus on when you're trying to study? Let's find out the truth. Welcome back to Brain Boost Lab. Here we use science to level up your brain and your life. First, let's look at the research on music and studying. The verdict: it depends on how you study. Some types of music might be helpful, but lyrics can get in the way. Researchers from the University of Naropa found that instrumental music helped students focus on low cognitive demand tasks like proofreading, but hurt performance on higher cognitive demand tasks like reading or solving math problems. The reason: lyrics eat up your brain's language processor, making it hard to handle textbook content at the same time. We know that reading and listening comprehension require similar networks in the brain. It could be that instead of lyrics, your brain is getting tripped up by all the other musical elements like the beat, the melody, and the harmony. But there may also be some truth to the common belief that lyrics make studying more fun and motivating, which could lead to longer study sessions. That's important because memory is directly related to the ability to study. Here's what we know. In general, our brains love novelty. Any new thing that pops up grabs our attention and puts a little bump in our memory. So music might help you remember facts and concepts better, simply because it makes studying more engaging. But if you want to take advantage of this, you have to pick the right music. A study published in Scientific Reports showed that classical music was best for spatial awareness and verbal memory, while modern music was best for visual memory. Another study found that music with positive lyrics improved memory recall compared to neutral lyrics or no music at all. So put on something happy. Now that we've established that music can help with motivation and memory, let's talk about focus. Can music improve your ability to concentrate? According to a study from the University of Granada, it depends on the genre. Upbeat music with positive lyrics increased participants' mental alertness, while sadder tunes decreased it. A separate study found that listening to music while performing a cognitive task reduced the stress response in healthy young adults. So yes, music may help you focus by putting you in a good mood. But some genres are better than others. One study found that rap and rock music were more distracting than classical music when participants were working on cognitive tasks. Meanwhile, another study found that ambient techno music enhanced focus, especially when compared to techno music with vocals. So we know that music can help motivation, memory, and focus. But does it depend on the type of music, or even the type of studying you're doing? Let's look at a few studies. In this study, researchers looked at how different types of music affected students. Focus while working on computer coding assignments. Coding is a great example of a task that requires sustained attention to detail. The findings: no music was best for accuracy, but surprisingly, music with lyrics was best for speed. The authors theorized that the upbeat tempo of the music may have sped up the participants' keystrokes per minute. Another study looked at how background music affected students' memory. While they were studying for a French test, researchers found that soft music improved memory for both native French speakers and non-native speakers. However, for the non-native speakers, music had an even bigger effect on memory for vocabulary words compared to grammar rules. The authors suggested that maybe the music helped reduce anxiety for the non-native speakers, allowing them to perform better on the test. So to summarize, it seems like music helps most when you're restudying new material or focusing on details for a long period of time. Now, should you be studying with music in your ears or just listening to it in the room? Well, here's what we know. A study from Ohio State University found that participants who studied in silence performed better than those who studied with either headphones or speakers. This held true whether participants preferred the music or not. Another study from Ohio State University tested if active listening to music while studying was more distracting than passive listening. Active listening means wearing headphones and listening intently, while passive listening means having music playing softly in the room. The results? Active listening to music was more distracting than passive listening. And yet another study found that studying with instrumental music playing softly in the room was better than studying in silence. but it depended on the type of task. Soft music was helpful for simple tasks, but hurt performance on complex tasks. Overall, it looks like music is helpful when it's playing passively. And finally, we come to the question, do you need lyrics? As we discussed earlier, lyrics can grab your brain's attention away from your textbook, but they may also make studying more engaging and increase motivation. Several studies support this idea. For example, in this study, researchers asked participants to memorize a list of words while listening to either music or in silence. The researchers then measured how many words the participants remembered after both a 5-minute and 30-minute delay. As expected, participants remembered more words when they listened to music than in silence. Another study asked participants to perform various tasks while listening to either music or in silence. The researchers found that happy lyrics were better for mundane tasks, while sad lyrics were better for creative tasks. So it depends on the type of studying you're doing. You're working on a problem set for class, lyrics may help you work faster. But if you're trying to read a chapter and understand a new concept, try no lyrics. But wait, I hear you saying, isn't there some kind of music that's better for studying than others? Like, I don't know, lo-fi beats. And yes, there is. A recent study looked at how different types of music affected students' focus. The researchers found that lo-fi beats were better than pop music for focus, but ambient nature sounds were best of all. They also tested binaural tones, which are tones slightly above the range of human hearing. The results? Binaural tones were best for deep focus, but only for about 20 minutes. So if you're going to use binaural tones, measure it with something else after 20 minutes to avoid the negative effects of fatigue. So we've learned a lot. Music can help your motivation, memory, and focus while studying. But the best type of music depends on what you're studying and how you're studying. So here's a quick summary of the best music for studying based on the evidence. Lo-fi beats, classical music, ambient nature sounds, and binaural tones are all great choices for studying. Upbeat music with positive lyrics may help you study faster, while sadder music with slower tempos may be better for creative tasks. And if you're worried about lyrics distracting you, try instrumental versions of your favorite songs. Overall, it's best to study with music playing passively in the room rather than actively through headphones. So turn down the volume and study. Oh, and one last bonus tip, use the same playlist for every study session. That way your brain will get used to it and be able to enter focus mode faster. So now you know how to use music to your advantage while studying. Remember, the secret is to choose wisely. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe and leave us a comment below. What kind of music do you study with? Okay, and if you want to learn how to prime your brain for focus, check out our video on the power of habit. See you next time.